everyone? Welcome to the very first episode of the Pressure2Perform Podcast. My name is Jada. Sitting right here next to me, we have Jordan, we have Jaden. We are the creators, the voices, and the faces behind this amazing show. How y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited.
I'm feeling blessed. I can't complain.
I hear that. We are all excited to finally get this show on the road. We have been working on this project for a little over a year, so to be here together feels so surreal, and we just, like I said, excited to get started. So before we move on into this episode, I just want to talk a little bit about who we are and why we created this podcast. So as former collegiate athletes, we've all been in a situation where we felt like we never had a space to be vulnerable, to really express our feelings fully without feeling judged or being told you'll be okay, get over it. So even if that was about burnout, mental health, just feeling overwhelmed, we just never had that space. So this is exactly why we wanted to create this show. It's a podcast for athletes, by athletes. We just wanted to create that safe space for former athletes just to finally express themselves, open up and share their stories and talk about things that people don't know about and things that just goes unsaid as well. So we're excited to get this show on the road. And yeah, we ready? Y'all ready?
Yeah,
Ready. Let's do it. Let's go.
So before we get, now we're going to hop into our individual stories, all right? So we're going to start out with my girl, my dog, J Tuff. Let's hear it.
Let's get into it. Okay, so for me, my name's Jordan, as Jada had already mentioned. I have played collegiate basketball for 6 years. And
Granny.
I know,
Literally.
No, for real.
Literally.
But I started basketball. I played basketball my entire life. Literally since I could walk, I was holding a basketball. So basketball has been, unfortunately, for the most part of my career, it was my identity. It was who I was, what I did, everything. It was all of that. So I love basketball. I did AAU. I did all of that. I started high school in 8th grade. So I started playing for Delaney Rudd. We was in a charter school, like all basketball. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Online school, everything. So I did high school. In college, I went to 3 schools. I started at University of Cincinnati. Then I transferred to Miami, Ohio after my freshman year. And I was there all the way up until the 6th year. So then I went to UNC Asheville. So my story is definitely a lot of ups and downs. I faced injuries. I faced, coaching, playing, like life outside, kind of everything that went into my journey into who I am and kind of how I've come here today.
Nice. Okay. So I would like to ask you a question. It's tough. So can you just kind of explain what was your experience like at each school?
Yeah. So starting out at UC, we was all freshmen together.
Yes.
Big class of 7. Class of 7. So we were all together. I walked into the school. I went into a coach that I didn't know was going to be my coach initially. This experience, honestly, as y'all know, was not the best. We didn't have the best freshman year experience, and it sucks when you walk in as a freshman and it's all basketball. You got a pure mindset, you think you just get to play for the game, and it's not that. So the year wasn't the best. I met some great people out of it, but basketball wise, there were so many ups and downs that just made it so difficult. Kind of went into the leaving part.
Okay. So what about your experience at Miami?
At Miami was also a lot of ups and downs. We were also COVID. We was the COVID college kids. So we had COVID going on in our second, in the first to the second year of college. That's when it really hit. And, we had a lot going on with our coach. Some things happened with our coach that, was nothing we could do about it, but it affected our team because it had to do with everyone around us, players and all of that. So the experience just ended up being really rough. When she left, so she had to leave, and we ended up getting a new coach. The coach we played at together was Box. That also was a lot of ups and downs. So it was basketball wise though, I wish things could have been better, but I'm grateful for everything that kind of happened there. And then UNC Asheville, amazing coach, love her to death. Great time, even though we went through a lot in Asheville. But unfortunately, I had my second ACL surgery, so that kind of ended my career. But I loved being there.
Okay, so you mentioned your second ACL surgery. So just tell me about just some of the challenges that you did experience. Let's start with Miami, because I know that is where your first entry.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That was very hard for me. It was when I was playing some of my best basketball that summer. It happened in the summer of my junior year, or my senior year, actually. So I was playing some of my best basketball. I tore my ACL. I had never had a serious injury before that, or any injury really, that like took a lot of time away. So it was hard. The challenges come from like you have to do the same rehab. Like you got to do 100, 200 reps of the same thing daily.
Like, how long? Like months.
For months. Yeah. For months, you're doing the same thing. Like you can't really like the running doesn't come from like 6 months after. Like so, it's a really long process. I got through it. I had an amazing trainer there, so like she helped me get through it. But it's a lot because you got the rehab, you got the PT, you got to sit on the sidelines and watch your team, and you can't be a part of it. So there's a lot that goes into it, especially when like basketball is the 90% of our day. Exactly. So like I'm just sitting around, I'm crutching around. Yeah. It's really hard on the mental. For sure. So that's a lot of the challenges that went into that first one.
For sure. You mentioned the mental part behind it. What did you do? Like what kept you uplifted during those times? God, the Lord. Amen. My Lord and Savior.
For real. That is the sole reason. Yeah. But also it was having a great trainer around me.
Was it Audrey?
Yeah.
Shout out Audrey.
Audrey was amazing. Like having a great trainer and the PT, like going to the PT facility was like so great. People that were just like checking in on me, making sure I did good, helping me out. That kind of helped me like stay uplifted. And then just like it all comes with your own personal mindset. Like I was a diehard. I'm playing basketball. I didn't care how many injuries I had. I was gonna play.
Yeah, that makes a difference for sure. That makes a difference
because your mindset's gonna be everything. So like every rep I did of something, I'm like I'm trying to get closer to playing, and just seeing the progress that happened like week after week. Yeah. That's the only thing I had to look forward to.
Right, it's that motivation for sure.
Yeah. That's it
for sure. Real quick, so what was it like? What was the team dynamic? How different was the dynamic of each team at each school?
Yeah, very different, very different. I mean, at Cincinnati, like we had a huge freshman class, but just kind of due to our environment and our situation and what we had going on within basketball, like we didn't even get as close as I feel like we should have.
I 100% agree with that.
I definitely agree with that. Especially with I know senior freshman is going to be that gap regardless, but like I can agree with you on that. There was so much stuff going on that team. But I must say, though, that was, like, the winning culture. Like, they set our seniors, like, we had an amazing senior class.
Shout out to our senior class. I'm about to name drop senior class.
Angel, Aunt, Sam, Fo. Rest in peace, Fo.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace.
Who else did we have
Mari.
that year?
Oh,
come on now.
Listen, no, we can have a whole episode on Imari Thomas. If y'all don't know about Imari Thomas, y'all need to go and look her up right now.
The best.
Like, the best. And people think we exaggerate when we talk about her, but I'm telling you, she is by far the best post player that I've ever played with.
Same. Undersized post player out here.
No, seriously.
Shout out to them.
They gave me an example of like what winning culture, what winning could look like. So you know, like I feel like our team wasn't bad at all that year. Like it was just we should have been closer. Like we could have been a lot closer, but a lot of things kind of contribute to that.
Especially our freshman class, like
our freshman.
And I feel like the only time we really was together all the time was when we was in like class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In the summer call.
Right. Even during that time, we were still like close, hanging out, but like I don't know. It was just some things I just...
No, seriously. Yeah. And for you guys out there, it's so important to be close with your team. Like, find your people. Be close with your team. Like, even if you don't have to love everybody, but find a way to connect with your people because y'all gonna need each other.
Yeah. And y'all gonna be around each other 99% of your college career.
Exactly.
If you stay on the same team, I mean, you training 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier. Like from the time you wake up to go to training to the time you'll finish basketball practice, like you're going to be around your teammates. So that's huge.
Yeah,
it's definitely huge.
And that's where our relationship started. Like freshman year, it was always J Tuff and 20 Twins. So like we most definitely formed our relationship freshman year, and you know, look where we are now. We still talking, still together.
Yeah.
So these are my, like, obviously this is my twin sister, if y'all can't tell, but we're sisters. We're sisters. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, that, I mean, as far as team dynamic goes, I can honestly say that was the best I've been a part of.
Yeah, same.
Miami was really rough. I do feel like, you know, and we'll get into this in future episodes, but like coaches do play a huge role into how the team dynamics go and like how you get along with your team. Yeah. And so Miami was ups and downs, good personalities, good people, but what happens, like, you know, when we're in that circle and bubble together just affected how we grew apart and grew together. So that was tough. And then Asheville, we unfortunately had like a huge hurricane beginning of the season. It just made like the dynamic of everything so difficult because it happened at the start. Right. So like getting through, people, we're just trying to figure out how to survive, how to get through, like how to make it. A lot of us were old too.
Yeah, I was about to say it was a new coaching staff.
Brand new
team
like,
base.
I had a young team too.
No, it was an
old team.
Oh yeah, the older team. Man,
10 of us were.
You're right.
We walked. 10 of us walked.
You're right.
So it was a lot of things, like a lot of that contributed to it. But yeah, team is important. That's for sure.
I agree. I agree for sure.
Any more questions?
Yes. My last question for you is, what were you looking for in a coaching staff or team culture when you were in that journey of transferring? Also, did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah. The biggest thing coaching wise I was looking for was definitely like comfortability and someone I felt like I could trust and lean on. Like after my freshman year, I kind of was like scarred through my journey, and it really sucked. Like I thought basketball was going to be amazing, and when reality hit and it wasn't, like I was like, I need a coach that I'm close to, somebody I know, like, and that's where I went. I went to a coach that I knew previously, and I was looking for that like closeness. But now I know, like in a coach, you just need somebody that is trustworthy, who sticks to what they do. Like you see it, and it shows. Like it shows consistently, and that's kind of the route I took. And I did find what I was looking for. My last coach, Coach Lewis, I'm gonna shout you out because I love you so much. Like she did so good by me, even throughout my injury. Like we still talk to this day, so I'm grateful for her. I'm walking out with, you know, and Coach Thompson. So two coaches that I love.
Coach Thompson.
I'm walking out with two coaches that are amazing, and the whole Asheville staff as well. But yeah, so that's, you know, if that's all I can get from it, I'm gonna take it.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yes.
Jaden, you have any more questions for Tough?
I don't have any more questions right now for Tough.
That's good. Well, let's bring it on in because now it's time for the twins. Like, so start us off. What did we do? How was it?
Okay, so because me and my sister's journey pretty much the same. We're both gonna just share our experience. Yeah. So I'll start it off.
Okay, go ahead.
So for my sister and I, we've been around the sport since we were 2. Our mom was a basketball coach. She played basketball in college. My dad played in high school, and then my brother also played in college. Now he's a professional basketball player. So like we've always been around the sport. We started playing at the age of 4, and then once, for me speaking, like I know once I got to 6th grade. When did you feel like you took basketball serious?
I started taking basketball serious in 7th grade because that's when we got our first college letter.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's okay.
So that's why I was like, okay, I might be good at this. Let me take this serious. Let me lock in.
Okay, and then for me, I can say when I found out, like our AAU team, our local AAU team, the coach asked us, like, do y'all want to play with the older girls? And I'm sitting there like, first of all, I'm just a
First of all, sir, I am 12 years old.
I'm a freshman in middle school. What are you talking about?
Like, y'all was ready.
And so I think that's kind of when I found out, okay, like, I'm actually pretty good. But, so then fast forward, went to high school. We played, let me say, I got to shout out Coach Helder.
Yeah, I was about to say we have to shout out Coach Helder.
Our high school coach, oh my gosh, I love Coach Helder so much. She has definitely helped us elevate our game.
Not just with the basketball part, but like spiritually, mentally, emotionally, like everything. So Coach Helder, I love you. Shout out to you. And I cannot forget Skippy either.
Oh yeah,
my shooting coach. That was our coach's dad. I love you both, and I'm telling y'all mean so much to us. Y'all, it's insane. We love you all.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Yeah. So, high school. Went to a little small private school, so you know we were like the star players. We were also like ranked nationally, so it was just like all of that stuff. You know, you're the best, and then you get to college, you're a freshman, and then it's like, dang, you kind of get slapped in the face. Mm-hmm. So we did 4 years at the University of Cincinnati, and then we took our 5th year at Miami University. And so, like I was saying, we reunited. We started out together.
We did, and we ended together.
So, and then, like I said, you get slapped in the face when you're a freshman, trying to just work your way back up and kind of prove yourself, like, I am good enough, you know. So, I can say, like, my experience at UC, though, with that was tougher than my 5th year. And, of course, that comes with just experience, but that kind of just sums up our journey. I'm not going to add anything.
No, I mean, you hit the most important parts, you know, or points, so...
Okay, good.
Jordan, I know she might have some questions for us to answer.
I do. I got one for the both of you. So, like, y'all are twins.
Yeah.
But y'all are sisters.
Right.
And so, like, what is that experience like in college? Like, with your sister, playing together, staying together? Like, how does that affect the both of you? Like, the pros, the cons, all of that. And, like, what separated y'all's journeys?
Yeah. Okay. You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So, starting off, our dream was to always play college basketball together. Yeah. So during the whole entire recruiting process, every team that recruited us wanted us for different reasons, okay? So we never had to pull the 2-for-1 card. So that was a blessing right there. That's very rare. But, you know, signing with Cincinnati, it just felt right to the both of us, which was a good thing too. But... you know, that's your sister. You want what's best for her.
So best for her.
Yeah. So let me just say this: my sister played more than I did in college. That was throughout. Yeah. From freshman year to our 5th year, she just played more than me. And there'll be moments where, you know, I felt some type of way about it because I felt like, you know, I deserved to be playing, and she also felt that same way too. So sometimes I can tell, like, her reaction to certain things, to the coaches, to just the game in general. It was more so because of I wasn't mad. She was mad.
I was mad.
So, like, I also felt bad because I'm like, you know, don't really base your performance off of what I have going on. You know, because at the end of the day, you still have to perform. You're performing under pressure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do what you got to do to meet that level of that expectations that the coaches want. So we most definitely feed off of each other with that. Like, my experience, her experience, whatever the case may be.
And I think that's like that was the toughest thing in our journey for sure, was that because I did play more, and it was like when we were coming into college, it was like, I want both of y'all, like, I can see y'all together.
It was like,
so it was just like, we're hearing one thing, but then when we get there, it's not even what you were telling us about. And that crap, it really bugged me out. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. And then just other circumstances that came up throughout the seasons as the years went on. It was just like, it was really making me mad. And I used to get so mad because I'm like, I know, like, I'm seeing her every day at home, like, questioning her worth and like, am I good enough? Like, what am I not doing? When am I doing that's not gonna get me on the court? And I'm sitting there like, I don't know. And
then not to mention too, like, we have these meetings. Sometimes we go to the office ourselves and talk to these coaches and be like, what is it that I am not doing? You know,
and they tell you
to figure out, and they tell you, oh, you're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, obviously what I'm doing is not helping me out. So, you know, that also that's a big burden on, you know, within itself. So it was tough, but I mean, the pro of it is that we got to experience it together. You know,
we were living in an answered prayer.
Yeah.
So
and that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
And like I said, it's very rare to see twins play together in college. So that was also, it was good.
And I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
And I must say that part was more of our UC experience. Now, when we got to Miami, like, we played together. It was this one little moment when, you know. And I had to be like, hey, I really didn't come here for this. So, like, my 5th year, again, I want to make sure that we play together more. So, and that happened. So, shout out to the 5th year crew.
To the 5th year crew. All right. So, off of that, though, like, Jaden, I've seen, like, I obviously watched you play at UC. Like, I watched y'all, of course. And then coming to Miami, like, when we was playing all together and stuff, you went from the UC experience to, like, now you the big dog. You are big dog. Everything for you.
She circled on everybody's scouting report.
Everything is for you. So, like, what was that transition like? Like, how did that affect you? Like, how was that mentally? Like, what is that, you know?
Oh, my gosh. First of all, shout out to God. Because I'm telling you, like, when you really look at where I came from and then still be able to perform that well at a new school, knowing the trauma that I just experienced.
Yep.
Because I wasn't even going to take my 5th year. Both of us was not going to take our 5th year because we were just the love of the game was just gone. It was so much trauma, but you know, I decided to take that 5th year, and then when I got there, and like being able, like just having a coach pour into you, that I think that's what made the difference for me, and that's when I realized, okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
like, I'm real good. You know?
And
so like when I got there, obviously stepping into a leadership position, it was different. It was new, and I kind of felt bad. I used to beat myself up a lot about it because sometimes, even to this day, I'd be like, I didn't handle certain situations well, but then I also have to be like, I've never been in that position, you know? And I'm like, dang, I'm a 5th year senior, and it's like, all this is so new. So like, you know, it's just a lot of things that went into it, but mentally it was tough. Mentally I had my good days, I had my bad days. But you know, just always being that person on the team, like that's a lot of weight to carry. And I was sitting there like, what in the world? Like, am I even fit for this? But it was fun. It was fun.
And
I enjoyed it
very much.
I enjoyed it, like actually having that experience of like being the go-to player, like being circled on people's scouting list, like having all the plays ran for me. And I'm just like, what the heck? This is what it feels like. So it was fun. I enjoyed that.
That's good. That's good. And Jada, for you. So like, okay, for one, I know we all have had like injuries per se that kind of stopped us from playing. Like back at UC, when both of y'all were going through like your blood clot injury and stuff like that. How was that for you? And then how's that transition been like throughout life, leaving basketball? Like start us off with that too.
So for those of you who don't know, freshman year, July 23rd, 2019, excuse me. I was admitted into the hospital. I had pulmonary embolisms in both of my lungs. And at the time, I didn't really know how serious that was. I had no idea. I remember calling my mama. Well, I just had really bad, severe sharp pains, abdominal pains. Told my trainer. Shout out to Emmy too, because she listened.
Love
Emmy, you know,
Emmy.
Emmy most definitely. She listened to my concern. She took it very seriously. She took me to the hospital. That's when I found out my diagnosis. And like I said, I didn't really realize how serious that situation was. I was in the hospital for a week. Could barely move, couldn't walk. I needed assistance to get out of the bed. Like, it was just a really tough time. And then also my mom, shout out to her, my dad, they both came and they were there supporting me. So, you know, having that support system, most definitely, like you said, it plays a big part. It's very important. And that transition, after I got out of the hospital, I was put on blood thinners. So because I was on blood thinners, I couldn't play because any little minor bump can, you know, almost really take me out for real. Go ahead.
Raise my finger. You weren't even really supposed to be playing basketball.
I really wasn't. So shout out to God. When I really sit back and reflect, the older that I get and the more like I think about it, I'm just like, man, like you said, I really wasn't supposed to be playing. But God, you know. So I started my blood thinners in July, and then I played my first game in December. The process for that, it was a slow process, but it was a good process. You know, it wasn't tough. Again, Emmy helped me out. I had my teammates there to support me. So the recovery process was just starting out with just doing form shots, just taking it slow. And then I had to get like a heart rate monitor. So I had my little Fitbit at the time. My heart rate couldn't go over a certain number. And then obviously, you know, each week we progress like that. But
you made it.
I made it. I don't know. It's just like I really I survived that moment, and then going from could barely breathe doing a plank to being in the best shape of my life, playing 40-minute games my 5th year. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow, I really did that for real. So
and
that's that.
The crazy, like, we're definitely twins. I always say that, like, because I went through the same thing. I was by my side.
She did go through the same thing. We did go through the same thing. So because we are twins, they decided to test her, and that's how they found blood clots on her lungs, in her lungs too. So
I made it.
We made it.
And now here we are.
Here we are
for you guys. So like, what is how's this transition been? Because, I stayed longer. Y'all finished last year. I played an extra year. Mm-hmm. So, like, as soon as it ended for y'all, and y'all ended playing together on a good note, finally finding that love again. Like, how was it to have to leave the sport and now, like, we're in the world. We're in the real world.
Let me say this. So, when the buzzer hit 0-0-0, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was extremely happy because at the time I was like, I'm done with basketball. I'm ready to tap into my girly girl side. I'm a girly girl. I'm ready to just do something for me. I don't want to be on nobody else's time. So just knowing that, I was happy. But at the same time, I was like, because my experience at Miami was totally different than at Cincinnati, right? Yeah. Cincinnati experience, very, very traumatic. Very traumatic. At Miami, it was, we had, it was good.
We had our moments, but for us, from what we came from to being in Miami, I'll do Miami experience over. In a heartbeat. I'll play for the coach again.
At the same time, I was happy, but then again, I was like, dang, I wish I had one more year. Yeah. Because I knew, like my sister said earlier, she had a coach that poured into her. Coaches there, they really poured into me. Like, they really helped me gain my confidence back. And I'm just like, if I just had one more year with them, I believe I would see my full potential.
For real.
So that's where I was. But
and how do we move forward from that? Like, what is it? How can we be better and move forward from that? Because we've even done some stuff like on our social media where we talk about like, the things that we've gone through in college, and so much is like, this needs to be implemented. This needs to be done. So like, how can we move forward from that process of like shifting everything?
Honestly, I can say I feel like NCAA as a whole, I know they have like little like some networking stuff, but I feel like they can go harder in that area. I'm not gonna hold you like, ever since, I'm applying to jobs, I have my master's degrees, and it's hard for me it was hard for me to find a job when I first got out of college.
And to know what to do.
Like, what am I doing? And nobody prepared me for it. And then I go and ask my mom, and she's like, girl, times are different than when she, like, if you think about it, it was much more, I feel like it was easier when our parents came out, as opposed to our time now. So, like, I feel like the NCAA can do a better job at preparing us to get ready for the real world.
Because trust, like, it's a blessing that we are provided with people who do things for us and like get us ready, and like they take care of us. But at the same point in time, it doesn't prepare us for life, like after, because as soon as life hits, the money stop, the help stop, it all stops. So it's like you have to be ready to enter that transition.
Yes. And then one thing I don't like, I think the NCAA can also do a better job, because a lot of people who are getting jobs right out of college intern, right?
Yep.
Because speaking specifically for basketball, since that's what we play,
sport.
that's a year-round sport. Mm-hmm. So we really never had the time to actually intern and make those connections. So I feel like a time period where folks can really just be like, okay, this y'all can go ahead and do y'all internship and do stuff like that. But if you think about it, other sports are able to do that, though.
Yeah, they are.
So I kind of feel like it's just a sport-specific thing, and it also depends on your coach, too. Like, rearranging the time of the schedule.
I don't think about it, like, is basketball the only sport that feels like a year-round sport? Because, think about it. We go from preseason, or we go from summer workout to preseason, to season, to postseason, to spring workout, to
summer workout. Yeah. We're summer to summer.
Yeah.
No, for real.
That's true.
And the breaks we get during the year are 2 days.
Yeah. Literally.
And then in the summer, it's a few weeks to, a month. Like, so.
That's true. What do you think? What do you think can be done? Like, how can that?
I just feel like the preparation. Like, I feel like, because at UC, the one thing I loved at UC was the summer classes we took together.
Yes.
Like, we had CAPS class
where a reunion.
All athletes were together, and like we were together. So even if it was stuff like that, like a class that we take where it's like, okay, we got to do certain things or like this is how you can approach afterlife and like stuff like that. And I know they're trying to do a little bit of a better job at that. Like, even when I was at Asheville, we had like some seminars and stuff where people came in and taught some stuff, but like there needs to be more for sure, because they got to think, like, we are playing a sport we've played for years, and so to leave that into the real world at only in our 20s, we still got all of our life ahead of us, and like no real idea of what to do, especially if you die hard for the sport. So
it's an identity crisis for sure.
And I must say though, Cincinnati, when I'm thinking about Cincinnati versus Miami, Cincinnati they do an amazing job.
Man,
they do have amazing programs. Like they'll have seminars. For they have that. Say it again.
Bearcat School.
Yeah, they have all of that stuff for you to go and network. As opposed to like when I was at Miami, I don't think they had that.
There was nothing there for that.
So I feel like
UNC Asheville.
Yeah. Asheville, like I said, it was a different year because of what happened.
Yeah.
But I do know that there's not like freshman classes like together and like stuff that I saw was noticeable for like forward movement in any of those areas. So as a whole, like I mean, and then you could just see by the track record of all these athletes on social media talking about the same things we're talking to y'all about today. So they're just in all sports and all categories. Definitely something could be done a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. I really do. Because it's hard times out here.
It is. Like, you just go from, like, I know who I am, I know what I want, to when now, it's like you prepare yourself, like, you know that this time is coming, but when it actually hits, it's just like, I did not.
Yeah. Is this what it's like?
Is this what,
And especially, too, we're going from structure to not having so structure at all. Oh, and that right there was like, I did not know what to do with that at all. That was most definitely a shock to me. Listen, I turned off all my alarm clocks. I didn't have to worry about nobody. No coach texted me. No teammates texted me. It was just like, I'm living for real. But it got to a point where I was like, okay, I don't feel like myself. Because I'm so used to being on a schedule, having something to do every hour.
Like fucking wasting time.
I felt like I was wasting time. I felt like I was lazy. So just really trying to figure out what could I do to actually feel some sense of a structure again, so.
For sure. And I think, that's ultimately why I feel like, at least for me, this is a passion of mine is like sports, helping people, wanting to be for people. Yeah. And that is why we wanted to start this for you guys, because we wanted a space where like, literally like Jada said earlier today, like where we can all share experiences and maybe help like build something towards the future. So
for sure. That's true.
Yeah.
For sure.
And also we want to reach the younger generation too.
Absolutely.
A lot of times when you're recruiting, going through that recruitment process, the coaches want to tell you what you want to hear. And we just want them to know the real, like what to expect real. So this right here, these conversations are honest, raw, candid conversations. And this is a no judgment zone. We don't have any expectations. We just want you all to be yourselves and just really flow.
Yeah. And I must say, we're not here to bash anyone. We're not here to throw anyone under the bus or, degrade them. This is just what we went through. And you just gotta respect that at the end of the day. Like,
our feelings are valid at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's our life. This is what made us. It made us us. So,
exactly.
So
So that's important. And going forward, that's exactly what we have for you guys. Like that is what we want to accomplish. So we are going to be bringing in guests, different guests of different pros. We want current, we want former, like we want it all. And we want to sit down with you guys, talk to you guys about your experiences, what you went through, everything we spoke on for ourselves. So that's kind of where we want to go with this. And then if anyone out there like has stories they want to share, anything they want to get off their chest, let us know about. Feel free to like reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, and we will definitely get back to you guys, because this is extremely important for us. So we want to be able to talk about it comfortably and talk to you guys.
Yes, sure. Yes. Well, I do have one more question, and I guess each of us can answer it.
Yeah.
Would y'all change anything? Would y'all change anything about your experience? Like, do you have any regrets about it? Like, would you change it? Let's start with.
All right.
Jordan, you want to go to start? I could have started. You just started talking. I could have gave you a little break or something.
Oh, I don't mind. Okay. I think in the grand scheme of things, absolutely not. I wouldn't change a thing. I know when when you're going through stuff, obviously, like I used to have a lot of regret. I used to wish I made different choices, wish I chose a different path. But at the end of the day, like the path you want is already lined up for you. And so what you gain from the experience, whether it's good or bad, is meant for you to go through. And so like now that I'm here now, there was nothing I would change. There's nothing that I regret. I'm grateful for like what I went through, because now we can talk to you guys and help you guys about it. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if it was any different. So I wouldn't change a thing. Jada?
Yeah, that was a great response. Because my response is the same thing. I will not change anything about my experience. Both experiences at each school was different. what I gained at UC, I gained lifelong friendships. I networked, so I wouldn't change that at all. Mm-hmm. But at Miami, I would not change my basketball experience because I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed my basketball career there. But just like Jordan stated, what we went through prepared us for who we are now and what we're doing. So, the lessons I've learned, I most definitely hold them dear to my heart, and I will not have changed anything.
Take us home, Jaden.
Well, do you want me to answer the question too?
Yeah, of course.
I thought you were saying it for the outro, and I said, okay, no. But to answer that question, I wouldn't change a thing. I would not change it. I mean, pretty much what you said, what both of you all said, like, if I didn't go through the fire, I wouldn't have came on the other side, like, and I'm grateful for the experience, like the transferable skills that I've learned, it's just, when you look at the whole picture, it's really more than just a sport.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I'm thankful that I went through it.
Yep, absolutely.
There's a lot of time we really have to lean on him.
No, seriously.
All the time.
God is amazing, y'all.
All the time.
We're not going to take y'all to church.
We will. Today.
We will.
No, but anything else left to say?
No.
Okay. Well, that concludes our first episode. We hope that, you feel inspired and empowered to share your journey and, just continue to follow us. We're very excited to keep this ball rolling and stay tuned for more to come. Be sure to follow our social media platforms. We'll drop that.
Yeah.
And so, Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.